Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Listening Practice Hub. My name is Emma, and today we will practice daily English sentences together. This lesson is called 200 Sentences to Talk About Your Daily Routine, Shadowing Practice for Beginners. If you want to speak English naturally, you must learn to describe your day-to-day life, what you do in the morning, how you spend your afternoons, and how you relax in the evening. So today, I'll help you build that skill step by step. You'll listen, repeat, and imagine living these moments with me. Are you ready? Let's begin. It's early morning.
The sun is rising.
The sky is soft and orange. I open my eyes slowly. I take a deep breath. I feel fresh and ready to start my day. I stretch my arms. I say quietly, "Good morning, world." Then I get out of bed. I walk to the bathroom. I wash my face with cool water. It helps me wake up. I brush my teeth slowly. I look in the mirror and smile. I tell myself, today will be a good day. After that, I make my bed. I like a clean and tidy room. A tidy room helps me think clearly. I walk to the kitchen and turn on the kettle. The sound of boiling water feels calm and familiar. I make a cup of tea. Sometimes I drink coffee instead. I sit by the window and watch the street outside. It's still quiet. The city is just beginning to wake up. I see a man walking his dog. A woman is jogging. A child is riding a bike to school. The morning feels peaceful. Here are some sentences you can repeat with me. Let's practice together. Listen and shadow. I wake up early every morning. I brush my teeth after getting out of bed. I wash my face with cold water. I make my bed before leaving my room. I drink tea or coffee in the morning. I like quiet mornings. I open the window and let the fresh air in. I watch people outside my window. I start my day with a positive thought. I tell myself, today will be a good day. These sentences are simple, but they help you describe your morning routine naturally. If you repeat them every day, you'll speak English more confidently. Now I go to my wardrobe. I choose what to wear today. It's a sunny day, so I pick a light shirt and jeans. I get dressed and look at myself in the mirror. I feel good. Then I check my phone. There are a few messages from my friends. One of them says, "Good morning, Emma. Let's meet for lunch later." I smile and reply, "Sure, I finish work at 1. Let's meet at the park." That's part of my daily routine too, staying in touch with my friends. It makes me feel connected and happy. Before leaving the house, I prepare my bag. I take my phone, my keys, and my notebook. I check that everything is ready. Then I put on my shoes and open the door. The air outside is cool and fresh. I take a deep breath and start walking to work. I say quietly, "Let's make today amazing." Let's review this part with short daily sentences you can shadow. I get dressed after breakfast. I choose comfortable clothes. I check my messages in the morning. I say good morning to my friends. I prepare my bag before I leave. I take my phone and my keys. I walk to work. I enjoy the fresh morning air. I feel ready to start the day. Learning to describe your routine helps you speak naturally in real conversations. When someone asks you, "What do you do every day?" you'll be able to answer clearly and confidently. For example, A. What time do you usually wake up? B. I wake up at 7 every morning. A. What do you do after breakfast? B. I go to work and listen to music on the way. Simple sentences. But when you speak them with confidence, your English starts to sound real. Now the day has just begun. The sun is brighter. The streets are full of movement. I'm walking to work, ready to see what the day brings. That's how every good day begins, with small actions, a calm mind, and positive thoughts. The street is alive now. Cars are moving, people are walking, and the sound of the city fills the air. I like mornings like this, when everything feels new, full of small possibilities. As I walk to work, I listen to soft music. The rhythm matches the sound of my footsteps. The sunlight touches my face, and I feel warm and awake. A neighbor waves at me from her balcony. "Good morning, Emma," she says. I smile and reply, "Good morning. Have a nice day." These are small interactions, but they make the day feel friendly. That's how life works. Tiny, kind moments that build happiness. Here are some sentences you can repeat. I walk to work every morning. I listen to music while I walk. I enjoy the morning sun. I say hello to my neighbors. I like friendly mornings. I feel positive before work. I think about what I will do today. I take a deep breath and smile. These are easy but useful phrases for everyday life. When you use them often, you start to sound more natural and confident. After 15 minutes, I reach the bus stop. There are few people waiting. A man is reading the newspaper. A girl is drinking coffee and scrolling on her phone. Everyone is quiet, still waking up. When the bus arrives, I step inside and find a seat near the window. I like to look outside and watch the city move. Shops are opening. Children are walking to school. Life is starting again, just like every day. While on the bus, I think about my tasks for today. I work at a small office near the city center. I write reports, answer emails, and help customers. It's not a big job, but I like it. It's calm, organized, and full of kind people. Let's shadow some new sentences. I take the bus to work. I sit near the window. I like to watch the city from the bus. I see people walking to school and work. I think about my plans for the day. I arrive at work at 9 o'clock. I start my day with a smile.
I enjoy my job.
When I reach the office, I say hello to everyone. "Good morning, Emma," says my colleague Mark. "Good morning," I answer. "How are you today?" "I'm fine," he says. "Ready for another busy day?" I laugh. Always.
We all go to our desks.
The office smells like coffee and new paper. The sound of typing fills the room. I turn on my computer and start working. At first, I check my emails. I reply to a few messages. Then I make a to-do list. It helps me stay organized and focused. Repeat with me. I arrive at work at 9. I say hello to my coworkers. I ask them how they are. I turn on my computer. I check my emails. I write a to-do list. I drink some coffee. I start my work. A few hours later, It's time for a short break. I walk to the small kitchen and make tea. Mark is there too. He smiles and says, "Coffee or tea today?" I laugh.
Tea today.
"I need something gentle." He nods. "Good choice." We talk about our weekend plans. I tell him I might go to the park with friends. He says, "Nice. I'm going hiking." I like these short conversations. They make the office feel friendly and warm. Here are more daily routine phrases for work. I take a short break at work. I make tea or coffee. I talk with my coworkers. I ask them about their weekend. We share small stories. It helps me relax. I go back to work after the break. I feel more focused. After the break, I finish my reports. I send them to my manager. She thanks me and says, "Good work, Emma. You're very organized." I smile and say, "Thank you. I try my best." When I finish everything, I check the time. It's almost 1 o'clock. Time for lunch. Repeat these sentences slowly. I finish my morning tasks. I send my reports to my manager. She says, "Good job." I feel happy when I do my best. I take my lunch break at 1 o'clock. I eat with my coworkers. We talk and laugh together. I walk to the small cafe near the office. It's quiet and cozy. I order a sandwich and a fresh juice. The waitress smiles and says, "Here you go." "Thank you," I say with a smile. I sit near the window and watch people walking by. Everyone seems busy, but I like this kind of busy, the rhythm of daily life, where every person has their own story. As I eat, I think about how much English learners can learn from ordinary routines, because language lives in small moments, in the words we use every day. After lunch, I walk back to the office. The weather is warm and sunlight covers the streets. People are talking, laughing, and enjoying their breaks. I walk slowly and take my time. I like to feel the rhythm of the afternoon. When I arrive, I make another cup of tea. The smell of tea always helps me focus. I sit at my desk, open my notebook, and look at my list. There are still a few things to finish before evening. I start writing emails and organizing files. Sometimes the work feels quiet, but I like that calm focus. When you're lost in what you're doing and time just flows. Let's shadow together some useful sentences for your afternoon routine. I go back to work after lunch. I drink tea in the afternoon. I write emails to my coworkers. I organize my notes. I finish my reports. I try to stay focused. I listen to soft music while I work. I enjoy peaceful afternoons. At 3 o'clock, I take a short break. Mark walks over to my desk. He says, "Emma, do you want to go for a quick walk?" I smile. "Sure, I need a little fresh air." We walk outside the office, just around the block. The city feels alive. Cars passing, people shopping, children laughing near the park. Mark says, "Do you ever feel tired after lunch?" I laugh. Every day, but a walk helps me wake up again. He nods. Yes, movement always helps. We talk about simple things. Books we read, movies we want to watch, weekend plans. It's easy and natural. These small talks are part of life too. Here are some short sentences to describe these moments. I take a short walk in the afternoon. I talk with a friend from work. I like to move after lunch. I watch people walking in the city. I listen to the sounds of the street. I feel more awake after walking. When we return, I feel fresh again. I drink some water and get back to work. The rest of the day passes quietly. People type. Phones ring. Printers make soft noises. The usual music of an office. At 5 o'clock, I close my laptop. I stretch my arms and take a deep breath. Another workday is done. I say goodbye to my team. See you tomorrow, Emma. Bye, everyone. Have a great evening. I take my bag and leave the office. The sunlight is softer now, painting the buildings in gold and orange. This is my favorite time of day. The city between work and rest. Busy but calm. Let's repeat some natural sentences about finishing work. I finish work at 5. I turn off my computer. I say goodbye to my coworkers. I feel happy to go home. The evening light is beautiful. I walk slowly and enjoy the air. I think about my plans for tonight. On the way home, I stop at a small bakery. The smell of fresh bread fills the air. Hi, Emma, says the baker. Hi, Paul. How are you today? Good, busy as always, he laughs. I buy a small loaf of bread and thank him. Moments like this make me feel connected. Simple words, warm faces, shared smiles. That's the beauty of daily life. When I reach home, I open the windows. The air smells like evening. I put on soft music and light a small candle. I like creating a calm space before I start dinner. I wash the vegetables, boil pasta, and prepare a salad. Cooking helps me relax. I taste the food, and it's simple but delicious. While eating, I think about the day. What went well? What could be better tomorrow? It's a small habit that helps me grow. Let's review with short, everyday sentences you can shadow. I go home after work. I stop at the bakery. I buy some bread. I talk with friendly people. I open my windows when I get home. I cook dinner for myself. I listen to music while I cook. I enjoy peaceful evenings. After dinner, I clean the table and wash the dishes. The water feels warm on my hands. I look outside. The street lights are on, and the city is slowing down. This part of the day is my favorite, when everything becomes quiet and I can rest after a long day. When I finish dinner, the sky outside is already dark. The city lights shine softly through my window. I can hear the sound of cars far away and the quiet rhythm of the night beginning. Evenings are special. They give me time to slow down, reflect, and breathe. I make a cup of chamomile tea and sit on the sofa. I turn on a small lamp. Its warm light fills the room. This is my time to relax. Sometimes I read a book. Sometimes I listen to music. And sometimes I just sit in silence. The silence feels full, not empty. It feels like peace. Let's practice together some evening routine sentences. I drink tea after dinner. I sit on the sofa and rest. I like quiet evenings. I read before bed. I listen to soft music. I enjoy calm nights. I think about my day. I feel grateful for small things. These are simple but powerful sentences. You can use them every day when talking about your evening. When you practice them often, you start to think in English naturally. After relaxing for a while, I call my friend Lily. She answers quickly. Hi, Emma, she says. Hi, Lily. How was your day? It was busy, she laughs, but I survived. We both laugh together. We talk about work, plans, and funny things that happened today. Even short conversations like this make me feel connected. Friendship is like music. It doesn't have to be loud to make you feel good. When we finish talking, I say, "Good night, Lily. Talk to you soon." She says, "Good night, Emma. Sweet dreams." Now shadow these sentences after me. I call my friend in the evening. We talk about our day. We share stories and laugh. It feels good to talk to friends. I say goodnight before going to bed. I feel happy after talking. After the call, I open my notebook. This is my small journal, my space to think. I write one page every night. Sometimes I write what I did. Sometimes I write what I felt. Sometimes I just write one simple line. Today was peaceful. Writing helps me understand myself. It also helps me sleep better. Let's review more sentences for your night routine. I write in my journal at night. I write about my day. I write my thoughts and feelings. I feel calm when I write. I close my notebook after finishing. I feel ready to sleep. When I finish writing, I go to my bedroom. The air is cool and quiet. I turn off the bright lights and turn on my small lamp. I like soft light before sleeping. It helps my mind slow down. I look outside the window. The moon is bright. The stars look gentle tonight. I smile and think about tomorrow. Before bed, I like to stretch a little. It helps my body relax. Then I say quietly, "Thank you for this day." Here are more simple daily English sentences you can shadow. I turn off the lights before sleeping. I stretch my body at night. I look at the moon before bed. I say thank you for today. I feel calm before sleeping. I take deep breaths before I sleep. I get into bed and pull the blanket over me. The pillow feels soft. I close my eyes slowly. My thoughts start to fade away. I think about the people I met, the words I said, and the moments that made me smile. Every day is not perfect, but every day teaches me something new. Learning English is the same. You learn slowly, sentence by sentence, moment by moment, until it becomes a part of your life. Let's finish this part with some final night routine examples. I go to bed around 10 o'clock. I close my eyes and relax. I think about my day. I feel grateful for what I have. I fall asleep peacefully. The world outside continues. Cars move, lights flicker. But inside, everything is quiet and soft. I sleep peacefully, ready for another new day. The alarm rings softly at 7 o'clock. A new day begins. The first light of morning touches the curtains, and I open my eyes slowly. I stretch my arms and take a deep breath. The air feels fresh, full of new chances. It's another ordinary morning, but that's what makes it beautiful. I sit up and whisper, "Good morning, world." Let's try again. Every morning feels like a small promise, a promise to learn, to grow, and to begin again, no matter how yesterday was. I walk to the bathroom, turn on the tap, and wash my face. The water feels cool. It wakes me up instantly. I brush my teeth, look in the mirror, and smile. Smiling in the morning makes me feel positive. Then I walk to the kitchen. The sunlight shines through the window. I put on some quiet music and prepare breakfast. I make toast, an egg, and some tea. Simple things, but they bring peace to my morning. Let's shadow together. I wake up early every morning. I wash my face and brush my teeth. I make a simple breakfast. I drink tea and listen to music. I enjoy quiet mornings. I smile and feel positive. I'm ready for the day. While I eat breakfast, I think about my goals for today. Maybe I'll write something new. Maybe I'll meet a friend after work. Or maybe I'll just enjoy small things. The sound of rain, the smell of coffee, the feeling of being alive. Sometimes life doesn't need to be exciting. It just needs to be real. After breakfast, I check my phone. There's a message from Lily. Morning, Emma. Let's go for a walk after work.
I smile and reply,
Of course. I'll meet you at the park at 6. Making plans with friends keeps me happy. It reminds me that we all need connection. Someone to share our days with. Let's repeat more daily routine sentences. I check my messages in the morning. I talk to my friends. We make plans after work. I like spending time outdoors. I enjoy simple days. I feel thankful for my friends. After breakfast, I open my notebook again. This is my small morning habit. I write a few sentences in English every day. Nothing long, just simple, honest lines. I feel calm today. The sun is bright. I will do my best. Writing like this helps me think in English. It connects the language to my real life. Every line is like a tiny step forward. Repeat these simple learning habits. I practice English in the morning. I write short sentences every day. I try to think in English. I write about my feelings.
I don't worry about mistakes.
I improve a little every day. After writing, I check the time, almost 8. Time to get ready for work again. I choose my clothes, brush my hair, and look outside. The world is already moving. Buses passing, birds singing, people walking fast. I open the window and feel the breeze. It smells like a fresh start. I whisper again. Let's make today better than yesterday. Then I take my bag and step outside. The city welcomes me with soft light and noise. Let's review with more shadowing sentences. I get ready for work every morning. I choose my clothes. I look outside the window. I hear the birds singing. I open the window for fresh air. I tell myself, today will be a good day. I leave the house with a smile. While walking to work, I think about English. How much it's like life itself. You don't become fluent in one day. You grow with each small step. With every word you learn, every mistake you make, you move forward.
And that's enough.
You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Now practice these sentences with me. I learn something new every day. I try to improve step by step. I don't give up easily. I feel proud of my progress. Learning takes time and patience. Every small effort matters. By the time I reach the office, the sun is high in the sky. I wave to my coworkers, sit at my desk, and open my notebook. There's a sticky note on my screen that says, "Stay calm, stay kind, stay curious." I smile. That's my daily reminder for work, for learning, for life. I take a deep breath, sip my tea, and begin my tasks. Another day has started. A new page in the quiet story of ordinary life. The day at work passes quietly. Emails, calls, small conversations, the usual rhythm. But I keep thinking about the plan I made with Lily. Meeting her after work always feels refreshing, like pressing pause on the busy part of life. At 5 o'clock, I turn off my computer and pack my things. The sunlight outside is soft, golden, and peaceful. It's the perfect time for a walk. I grab my bag, wave goodbye to my coworkers, and head toward the park. The streets are still busy. People going home, buses passing by, a mix of voices and sounds blending into the evening air. But in my mind, everything feels calm. I walk slowly and notice the little details, the smell of fresh bread from a bakery, the soft wind on my face, and the warm colors of sunset in the sky. When I arrive at the park, Lily is already there, sitting on a bench. She waves at me with a big smile. "Hey, Emma," she says. "Hi, Lily. How was your day?" She laughs. "Busy as always. But I survived another Monday." I laugh too. "Then you deserve some fresh air." We start walking slowly along the path. The park is beautiful this time of day. Children playing, dogs running, people jogging, and birds flying home. Let's practice these daily sentences together. I meet my friend after work. We go for a walk in the park. The air feels fresh and calm. I enjoy talking with my friends. I feel relaxed after work. We watch the sunset together. As we walk, we talk about small things. Plans, dreams, random thoughts. Lily says, "Do you ever feel like life is too fast?" I nod. Yes, all the time. That's why I like moments like this. Slow and simple. She smiles. You're right. I think slow moments are what we remember the most. We stop near a small lake. The water looks like glass, and the sky reflects perfectly on it. I take a deep breath. I love this view. I say softly. Lily nods. It's like time stops here. We sit on the grass and stay quiet for a while, just listening to the sound of water, the wind in the trees, and the soft laughter of people nearby. Moments like this don't need many words. They just feel real. Repeat with me. I enjoy peaceful places. I sit by the lake with my friends. We watch the sunset. We listen to the sound of nature. We don't need to talk much. We just enjoy the moment. After a while, Lily says, "Emma, you've changed lately in a good way. You seem happier." I smile. Maybe because I'm learning to slow down. I used to rush through everything, even learning English. But now I understand that progress happens quietly. She nods. That's a good way to see it. It's the same with everything in life. When you enjoy the process, the results come naturally. Her words stay in my mind. Enjoy the process. That's what I've been learning every day. Here are a few more natural sentences you can use when talking about growth or change. I'm learning to be patient. I take things slowly. I enjoy my progress. I don't rush anymore. I believe in small steps. Every day I learn something new. The sun begins to set behind the trees. The sky turns orange and pink. We both sit quietly, just watching. Lily says softly, "You know, I think you've found your balance." I look at her and laugh. Maybe. Or maybe I'm still learning. We stand up and walk toward the park gate. The lamps are turning on, and the city lights start to replace the daylight. It's one of my favorite moments, when the world changes from day to night, slowly, beautifully, without any rush. Let's shadow more everyday English sentences. I watch the sunset with my friend. The sky turns orange and pink. I walk home in the evening. The city lights start to shine. I feel peaceful after spending time outdoors. I enjoy simple evenings. As we say goodbye, Lily hugs me. "Thanks for today, Emma," she says. "Thanks to you," I reply. "Talking with you always makes my day better." We both smile. She walks one way, and I walk the other. The night air feels cool, and the stars begin to appear above the city. I take my time walking home, feeling calm, light, and grateful. Every simple day adds something beautiful to life. A new memory, a new word, a new feeling. That's how we grow. Not all at once, but quietly, moment by moment. Let's close this part with some short phrases you can practice. I walk home slowly. I look at the stars. I think about my day. I feel thankful for my life. I smile before I sleep. When I get home, the night feels quiet and cool. I take off my shoes, wash my hands, and light a small candle on the table. The room glows softly, not too bright, not too dark. I love this time of night. It's when the noise of the world fades, and I can finally hear my own thoughts. I make a cup of warm milk and sit near the window. Outside, I can see the stars and the faint light of the moon. Somewhere in the distance, someone is playing guitar. The sound drifts through the night air like a gentle wave. I close my eyes for a moment and breathe slowly. It's strange how peaceful small things can be. The sound of music, the smell of candles, the comfort of being alone but not lonely. Let's repeat together. I enjoy quiet nights. I light a candle to relax. I drink warm milk before bed. I listen to soft music. I feel peaceful at home. I like simple evenings. I open my journal again. The page is blank, waiting for my thoughts. I write slowly, carefully. Today was a good day. I worked, walked, met a friend, and smiled. Nothing special happened, but maybe the beauty of life is hidden in these simple moments. I stop and look at what I wrote. It feels true. It feels real. Every day doesn't need to be full of excitement. Some days are quiet, but that doesn't make them less important. In fact, those are the days that teach us the most. How to listen, how to breathe, how to find meaning in ordinary things. Let's shadow some reflective sentences. I write about my day at night. I learn from my small experiences. I find peace in simple moments. I feel thankful for quiet days. I don't need big changes to be happy. Every day teaches me something new. While I write, I start thinking about English again. How learning a language is so much like living a day. At first, you move slowly. You make mistakes. You forget words. But little by little, you grow. You start to notice progress in small ways. You understand a song. You follow a podcast. You speak a sentence more easily than before. And one day you realize you're not just learning English anymore. You're living in it. Here's some motivational shadowing sentences for you. I learn English step by step. I don't give up easily. I make mistakes, but I keep going. I improve a little every day. I'm proud of my progress. I believe I can speak English fluently. I close my notebook and smile. Learning doesn't have to be hard. It just needs to be steady. Every day you listen, repeat, and practice, you're training your mind to think in English. It's like building a bridge, one word at a time, one sentence at a time, until the bridge becomes strong enough to walk across. I look at the candlelight again. It's small, but it lights up the whole room. That's what practice does too. Each small effort adds a little more light, and someday, that light becomes confidence. I whisper softly, keep going. You're doing great, because even though I'm talking to myself, I'm also talking to you, the person listening to this story right now. You're learning, growing, improving, and you might not see it yet, but one day you will. Let's finish this part with gentle, motivational phrases to repeat. I am patient with myself. I enjoy learning. I feel confident when I practice. I know progress takes time. I believe in my future. I am proud of who I am becoming. I blow out the candle, and the room falls into soft darkness. Only the moonlight remains. I lie down on my bed and think, maybe that's the secret. To live simply, learn slowly, and love the process. The night feels quiet, and soon I fall asleep, peaceful, calm, ready for tomorrow. Morning comes again, soft and quiet. I wake up slowly, the sound of birds echoing through the window. The world feels new once more. It always amazes me how every sunrise gives us a chance to start again, no matter what happened yesterday. I sit up, stretch my arms, and smile. Another day, another chance to grow, I whisper. I walk to the kitchen, make a cup of tea, and sit by the window. The light touches the table softly. Steam rises from the cup, and for a moment everything feels still, like time has paused just for me. I think about the past few days. All the little things, work, friends, the park, my quiet evenings. They all form a rhythm, a melody of small habits that shape who I am. It's funny how the smallest actions build the strongest foundations. That's what life is. And that's what language learning is too. Tiny steps that don't look like much at first, but one day they become something big. Let's repeat these simple reflections together. I start each day with gratitude. I take small steps toward my goals. I believe that progress takes time. I feel thankful for the lessons of every day. I enjoy the journey of learning. I look out the window and see the city waking up. People rushing, buses moving, the soft hum of life returning. And I think everyone here is trying their best to learn, to live, to love, to move forward. That thought fills me with peace. I open my notebook and begin to write again. Learning English is like living life. You don't notice progress every day, but if you keep going, one morning you'll realize how far you've come. I pause, smile, and add another line. Fluency isn't perfection. It's confidence. It's connection. It's understanding yourself and others. Let's shadow some powerful affirmations for English learners. I am learning every day. I understand more than I did before. I speak with confidence. I am not afraid of mistakes. I enjoy using English in real life. I trust my progress. After writing, I take a moment to breathe. It feels good to slow down. I realize that my daily routines aren't just tasks. They are small pieces of balance, a way to take care of my mind, body, and soul. Every time I make tea, walk to work, talk with friends, or write in my journal, I'm not just living. I'm practicing patience, consistency, and gratitude. And that's exactly what English learning needs. Repeat these sentences softly with me. I take care of myself every day. I live with balance and focus. I am patient with my learning. I keep going even when it's hard. I know that consistency is power. I trust the process of growth. In the evening, I walk by the lake again, the same one I always visit after long days. The water is calm, reflecting the colors of the sunset, gold, pink, and blue. I sit down, take a deep breath, and feel the quiet power of routine. This is what peace feels like. I whisper. Sometimes people look for happiness in big moments, but I think happiness lives here, in small things, in a slow walk, in a shared smile, in the comfort of knowing who you are. As I sit by the lake, I think about everyone listening right now, people all around the world, each with their own story, each taking their own small steps in English. If I could tell you one thing, it would be this. Don't rush. Don't compare. Just keep listening, speaking, repeating. Because every time you practice, your voice becomes a little stronger, your mind becomes a little sharper, and your confidence grows a little brighter. Let's repeat some closing affirmations together. I am confident in my progress. I am proud of every small step. I learn English naturally every day. I believe in myself. I can express my thoughts clearly. I enjoy the process of learning. The sun goes down completely, and the first stars appear in the sky. I stand up, brush the grass off my clothes, and smile. It's been another full, gentle day. A day of work, learning, laughter, and reflection. I whisper softly, "See you tomorrow, world." And I walk home under the quiet sky, feeling calm, focused, and grateful. Because that's what this journey is about. Not reaching a destination, but learning to love the path you walk on. Thank you so much for listening until the end. I hope today's story helped you relax, learn, and feel inspired. Remember, every time you listen, you are training your ear, your voice, and your confidence. Learning English doesn't happen in one day. It happens slowly, quietly, through small steps, just like the story you heard today. Every word you repeat, every sentence you understand, builds a stronger version of you. So don't stop here. Keep listening, keep practicing, and day by day, you'll notice how much you've grown, not just in English, but in patience, focus, and peace. Stay with us here on English Listening Practice Hub for more calming stories, real-life conversations, and slow English listening lessons made for you.